What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Shade and Shit Talking. I'm your host, TK, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about something very important to me, very important to all of us, and that's about our children and the future of our children and how it relates to our future. The theme for today is each one teach one. We've all heard that saying. Now, we here at Shade and Shit Talking and at Black with No Chaser and at MMIG, that's Melanated Millennials Investment Group, we all believe that knowledge is power. Not just power to achieve political status or social power, but power to control our own lives. You know, history can teach us a lot, and we believe that it is very, very important for us as Black people to know, at least know some of our history and not just the whitewash parts of it. Normally when people think of Black history, the first thing that they think about is slavery. But Black people, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're engineers, we're teachers, we're scientists, we're astronauts, we're judges, we're district attorneys, we're more than just slaves. We always have been and we always will be. I mean, think about it. We were kings. We still are kings. So pretty much, the saying each one teach one, we've heard it. Few of us have said it or had to say it, to us. But do you know where it comes from? Now, that saying is an African proverb that originated in America during slavery. Of course, slaves were seen as chattel, and they were denied education. They would kill you if they knew you could read. So whenever a slave learned how to read and write, it became their duty. It was incumbent upon them to teach someone else. So that's where it came from. And keeping in that mode, I said all of that to really get to the topic at hand, which is mentoring our youth. We've seen so many Facebook posts and things of that nature of kids wilding out, just, fucking shit up, man. And, a lot of you teachers who listen, have seen firsthand the things that these children do and say. And, a lot of these children, so many of them come from disadvantaged backgrounds and so many problems, and they don't have anyone to turn to listen to talk to. So that's where we as adults come in. They don't have to be your child. They don't have to be have familiar ties with you for you to mentor and guide them. Like me, when I was in high school, I had 3, and a lot of the times mentors are usually teachers. Those are usually the first ones. For me, and for those of you who went to Hattiesburg High, I had Miss Hopkins and Miss Hersey, and they were probably 2 of the best teachers I ever had in my life. I mean, seriously. I used to get in trouble after school and used to have to stay after school, and Miss Hopkins used to give me that raw, uncut truth about what I was doing and where I was headed. And same with Miss Hersey. And those lessons stuck with me from then till now. I can still hear the things that they, used to say to me to get me back on track. And, it's one of those things that I believe all kids need. All kids should have a positive mentor in their life, because the way things are going right now, and with how hard life is for just Black people in general, is even harder for our kids. So, I just want to talk real quick about, why mentoring our youth matters, and some of the qualities that we as an adult, male and female, should possess, should show and demonstrate to successfully mentor these young people. Now, we all understand that the benefits of mentoring our young people results in positivity that really can't be measured, you know. And we've seen so many stories about positive reinforcements for our young people. Like, for instance, we posted a story on Black with No Chase about the young brother who started a hot dog selling business, and of course somebody told on him. I believe, you know, we all know who it probably was, but the city, instead of shutting him down, they came and helped him get all the proper permits that he needed, even waiving, you know, the application fees and things like that. You know, that's positive reinforcement. That's what our youth need. But what we do know about mentoring is that it matters to positive youth development. I was looking at a study, and it said that it concluded that mentoring helps in reduction in bullying. It fosters confidence, and it helps to lower behavior problems, whether it's at home, whether it's at school, or in public, period. The study went on to say that girls were 4 times less likely to become bullies than those without a mentor, and boys were 2 times less likely. It also said that in general, young people showed an increased belief in their abilities to succeed in school and felt less anxiety related to peer pressure. So, and it also kind of stated that you know, those who had mentors grew up to become engaged citizens. You know, they had better interpersonal skills. You know, they too, a lot of them became a mentor to someone. You know, each one teach one. And we also know that, especially, you know, if you came up in the hoods, you know, the projects, whatever, you know, in a very disadvantaged area, you too also know, you know, how particularly beneficial mentoring is to disadvantaged kids, disadvantaged teens as well. I saw a study that was conducted by North Carolina State University, and it showed that the youths from disadvantaged backgrounds were twice as likely to attend college when they had a mentor, particularly a teacher as a mentor. It also showed that less than half of those disadvantaged students that had a mentor, only 7% named a teacher as one. So, you know, that and teachers, they already got a lot on their plate. They dealing with hundreds of students. They can't mentor every kid. That's where we, as, you know, parents who kids have friends, we recognize, you know, things going on with them. That's what we you know, step in at. That's what we can give support to these children. But it also went on to talk about different benefits for the youth. It goes on to say that they have increased high school graduation rates, lower high school dropout rates, healthier relationships and lifestyle choices, better attitude about school, higher college enrollment rates, higher college aspirational dreams. They have an enhanced self-esteem and self-confidence, improved behavior at home and at school, strong relationships with parents, teachers, and peers, improved interpersonal skills, and they also have a decreased likelihood of initiating drug and alcohol abuse. So, you know, mentoring is really important. Very, very important. it's something that I take serious, and I hope that, you know, some of you who listen to this will take serious, will take part in that. And it doesn't have to be a 24-hour day job. Just letting them know you care, letting them know, hey, I'm here to listen, that helps. Now, one thing that I know, you know, if I'm going to be a mentor, you're going to be a mentor, there's some things that we have to make sure that we're doing. There's, qualities that we have to possess to be a successful mentor, to foster that good relationship. And one of the first things is you have to be supportive. I think that's the most important role as a mentor, is that you support and encourage young people, particularly when they are struggling to overcome obstacles and problems. When they're down and upset, having problems with family or unhappy in life, you know, we should be there beside them to encourage them. Let them, talk about anything and remind them of how valuable they are as a person. We also have to be an active listener. You know, we have to listen first, speak last. I know when I was a teen, I was frustrated a lot, feeling like nobody ever, fucking listened to me. So we have to listen. We also have to be willing to push them, but not be too pushy. Push them enough. We have to set expectations for them and make sure they live up to those expectations. Well, actually help them to live up to those expectations. We have to be, authentic, be real with them. I mean, kids know the motherfucker ain't real. They know when somebody running game. They know when somebody lying. So we have to be real with them. We have to value their ideas and, be true to our word. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do everything that I can to do it. If I can't do it, I will tell you that I can't. We also have to foster self-decision making. We can't judge these young people. We can't impose our beliefs, on them. Instead, we have to remind, these young people, these teens, about who they are and help them believe that they have the insights to make good life choices. Knowing that they not being judged by us on everything they do, that would help them to grow a better relationship with their mentor. So we have to foster that way of thought. And finally, we have to lend, our own perspective. We have to provide a perspective to these young people from our years of life experience. Sometimes they may see something, come in contact with an obstacle that seems overwhelming to them. So we as mentors, we have to put those challenges in a certain perspective. Help them see both sides of the situation. And I believe if we do that, we can help so many of our young people grow. Each one teach one. So I said all that, to say we have to be there for our young people, because when we get old, we need responsible adults to take care of us. And seeing all the shit that's going on in America right now, assuming we don't become the United States of Russia soon, we have a future that we have to look out for. So, support these organizations that that mentor these kids. You got the Boys and Girls Club of America. You have Big Brother, Big Sister organization. And one that I found out recently about from fellow Black with No Chaser member Angela is I believe it's called the Orchid Society, based out of New Orleans, that mentors girls. These are the types of organizations that we all need to get behind and lend support to. Each one, teach one. So, how is that lesser of two evils shit working out for you Trump supporters? Now, as we all know, President Benedict Orange recently just sold America out while simultaneously kissing Vlad Putin's ass.
You what?
In Helsinki, at this joke of a summit that he had, which nobody really knows what was said or what was given to Vlad by Orange Blunder. But in the press conference afterwards, he pretty much threw America under the bus. He threw the FBI, the CIA, pretty much any intel organization under the bus. When asked by a reporter, and speaking of which, that goddamn reporter is a real G for standing up and asking both of these evil son of a bitches about interference right in their faces. So shout out to that reporter. But anyways, the reporter asks Shade 45 what does he believe as far as Russia interfering with the election. And in his response, Tupe Fiasco said, and I quote, "I don't see any reason why it would be."
You what?
But I really want to see the server. First of all, why the fuck is your orange ass still worrying about Hillary Clinton and them goddamn emails? Second of all, there have been numerous, damn near 20 indictments of Russians for interfering in the election. And yet your dumb orange ass don't believe it. And what's even worse is that his supporters are still backing this orange dumbass. That's the craziest part. You motherfuckers ain't gonna be satisfied until we become the United States of Russia. And the funniest part about it is, with his ignorant, inbred supporters, you motherfuckers barely can grasp the English language. How the fuck you gonna learn Russian? Seriously. До свидания. So, IQ 45's longtime lawyer, Michael Cohen, secretly recorded a conversation that he had with the orange idiot 2 months before the presidential election, in which they discussed payments to a former Playboy model who said she had an affair with this bitch. The FBI, they seized this recording during the raid that they had on Cohen's office. And the Justice Department is investigating Cohen's involvement in paying these women to stop embarrassing stories about Don the Con ahead of the 2016 elections. And they're looking to see if he violated any federal campaign finance laws. Any conversations with him about the payments, is very interesting to them. Man, he did something, and I hope they nail his ass. Man, they need to get rid of this motherfucker for real. Like, these people was pissed that Clinton got head from a woman in the Oval Office. Meanwhile, they ain't really giving a fuck that this lying son of a bitch was paying off women, and not to mention pussy grabbing and having sexual assault claims levied against him by various women, and not to mention underage girl, and not to mention that harassment that the Miss America and Teen America contestants was facing, from him. The list goes on and on. So Cohen, I hope they got 2 90-minute tapes and you got plenty of stories to tell to get this motherfucker out of here. Last week, the U.S. Justice Department reopened the investigation on the murder of 14-year-old Emmett Till that happened 63 years ago. They opened it based off of the fact, or what they say is the fact, that they had new information. Now, I am all for the Till family receiving the justice that they so deserve, that has eluded them for 6+ decades. I really am. But this is some disingenuous bullshit. First of all, Jeff Sessions don't give a fuck about any of our black asses. None. Zero. Zilch. Zip. So for them to reopen this investigation is a diversionary tactic, which, you know, we talked about on Black with No Chaser last week. That story dropped, and then magically right after that, you had the Cohen situation drop. You had the 12 Russian indictment situation drop. You know, this is just a means to divert the attention of black people and those who care about black people away from the treasonous bullshit that's going on. But here's my thought on the Till case. First of all the people who killed this young man, is dead. There's nothing we can do to them. You know, hopefully they're rotting in hell right now. Secondly, the reason why he got kidnapped and killed was because of a lie by Carolyn Dorham. So this bitch lied and said that he, you know, whistled at her and touched her or whatever, so on and so forth. She is the reason why he got killed, and she admitted that she lied. She admitted that she was full of shit, and she's still alive. She's 86 years old, but unless they're gonna arrest her and lock her old 86-year-old ass up like they trying to lock Bill 80-year-old ass up, then it really means nothing. This is just another goddamn dog and pony show produced by these evil people to try to placate us black people, and it's not working. So I hope all of y'all are seeing through this bullshit. I really and truly hope y'all are. But again, I really hope, you know, there's peace in the Till family, but I just don't see this as being a part of that. This week's hip-hop history moment starts us off with Mr. Robert Earl Davis Jr., who's better known as DJ Screw. On July 20th, 1971, DJ Screw was born. Now, many of you know, especially out here in Houston where I'm at, DJ Screw is an American hip-hop DJ. You know, he's an icon. He's the creator of the famous chopped and screwed DJ technique. He was probably the most central and influential figure in Houston hip hop, and he was also the leader of the Screwed Up Clique. Over his brief career, he released over 200 mixtapes, and he was recognized as an innovator mostly on the regional level up until his death in 2000 of codeine overdose. He has he's only had actually 4 nationally distributed albums before he died, which was the All Screwed Up Volume 2, 3 in the Morning Part 2, All Work No Play, and This Too of Power Moves. He's been, you know, influential to all of the major Houston acts that we came up listening to: Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Chamillionaire, you know, even Scarface, Lil Keke, Big Pokey. Hell, I mean, it's so many to name. But R.I.P. DJ Screw. You know, they love him out here. You won't go a day without hearing something from Screwed Up Click or something that he was associated with. Also this week in hip hop history, we are celebrating the anniversary of the release of Missy Misdemeanor Elliott's first CD, Super Duper Fly. That album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, which at the time it was the highest charting debut for a female rapper at the time. She had the single, the well-known, it's still jamming today, The Rain, Super Duper Fly. Dope. Killer song. And also the single Sock It To Me. So shout out to Missy Elliott. Big ups to her. I think she's got new work coming out. And have y'all seen her, man? Missy lost a lot of weight. She looks really good for a 47-year-old woman. Really good. Black don't crack. Remember that. Also, this week in entertainment news, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but if you do get a chance to go see Equalizer 2, do yourself a favor. I actually went and saw it the other day, and it's a damn good movie. I'm not sure if I like part 1 or part 2 better, but part 2 was actually good as hell. And when you go see the movie, you will see that this movie actually was a part of the inspiration as well of my opening topic about mentoring. Once you see it, you'll truly understand it. Let's see. In other entertainment news, Offset, the member of the Migos, baby daddy of Cardi B, he was arrested in Georgia maybe yesterday. He was arrested outside of Atlanta. The vehicle that he was in that was pulled over for having tinted windows. And man, we really gotta stop getting these dark ass windows, because that's what they use to get at us. But anyway, when they pulled him over, the cops discovered he was in possession of at least one weapon, which, because he is a felon itself. He was also charged with possession of a weapon during the crime and possession of marijuana, which is 1 ounce or less. And they also hit him with improper lane change for good measure. So we'll see how that plays out. Keep y'all up to date on it. The other day, the NFL and the NFLPA agreed to freeze the anthem rules for right now. The league and the NFL Players Association issued a joint statement Thursday that said no new rules relating to the anthem would be issued or enforced for the next several weeks, while both sides hold discussions to figure out how to move forward. We all know, the anthem situation, the kneeling that Cap started, and Eric Reed, followed with him, and so many other players, and how the league responded. And now, quite frankly, now the whole kneeling thing is really obsolete. It really holds no value anymore, because the way the owners caved in, and especially after that bullshit that Dallas did, where they locked arms and out there with Jerry Jones and Raycoon Lewis on both knees talking about he was praying and all of that. Everybody started kneeling after IQ 45 said what he said, really cheapened the meaning behind it. So, whatever. But anyways, after they came out with that, like clockwork, Orange Dumbass, Benedict Orange, hopped on Twitter to say his little piece, saying that he can't believe that the debate has reignited, even after the Miami Dolphins. And by the way, fuck the Miami Dolphins. They trash anyway. I hope they go 0-16. Fuck them. Only thing good about y'all is the city and Dan Marino. Fuck the Dolphins. Anyway, they told their players that they could be punished for protesting on the field. Well, anyway, Trump added his ignorant 2 cents in. And as always, he was fucking wrong, saying that they required to stand with their hand on the heart and all of that shit, which they're not. But as usual, he's wrong. What he needs to do, instead of worrying about football, he needs to worry about going to jail, which I hope happens with his treasonous ass. That's what he needs to worry about. Let them people take care of their own business. In response to his tweet, Eric Winston, the president of the NFL Players Association, responded to him on Twitter and said, "Thanks for your thoughts, but we'll take it from here." Right. Fuck Trump. In other NFL news, Dante Fowler Jr., the star defensive end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, was suspended 1 game for violating the league's conduct policy. Our Darius Stewart, wide receiver for my New York Jets, was suspended 2 games for PED violations. Oh man, I mean these cats is fucking up left and right, man. Y'all getting all this money and you fucking up. I don't know. I don't get it. Also, Todd Gurley, the stud running back for the Los Angeles Rams, kind of hinted at players are starting to get ready to strike in 2021 to be ready for a strike in 2021. But I'm pretty sure that's only about money. Ain't got shit to do with kneeling or nothing like that. So, we still got, 11, 12 weeks, maybe, before football really kicks in. So, sit tight. It's coming for those of you who still watching anyways. In basketball news, we had the biggest story last week. The big surprise was Kawhi Leonard being traded to the Toronto Raptors for DeMar DeRozan and a protected first-round pick. They also sent Danny Green to Toronto for good measure. He wanted to force his way out. Thought he was going to get to go to the Lakers. But San Antonio was being petty, sent his ass to a whole nother country. They ain't playing with these niggas, I'll tell you that much. Speaking of working out, as of this recording, this podcast, Tiger Woods is in 7th place of the Open after he had a strong first round. So he must be back on them holes again. He at the top of the leaderboard. His back straight, his swing straight. I guess he out there getting at them too. So congrats, Tiger. I hope you can pull through, win 2-3 more majors, and become the undisputed king of golf. Thanks once again for tuning in to another episode of Shade and Shit Talking. And as always, I thank you for your support. I thank you for spending your precious time listening to me go on and on about the things that's near and dear to me and the shade and shit talking that's involved with that. Next week, joining me will be my boy, my cousin, James Betts, the creator of Sip Culture, which is a new Facebook venture that he and I are attempted to bring to the masses that really focuses on, rappers, singers, business people, entrepreneurs in Mississippi with the hopes of shining a positive light on everything that's going on in the state. So please tune in for that. I also forgot to mention when I was talking about music, about the police actually arresting 4 people in the murder of XXXTentacion. I'll cover more of that next episode in detail. I also need to shout out, my family, the Black with No Chaser fam. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram at Black with No Chaser. Find us on Twitter, Black No Chaser. Also, shout out to MMIG, that's Melanated Millennials Investment Group. You can also find us on Facebook as well. And I forgot to do this a couple weeks ago. My fault. I apologize. But I need to give a big shout out to my family of Paramount Design and Production. My boy Justin, my brother-in-law Justin, blessed me with a new logo on the fam. He sees the vision. He likes what I'm doing. So, he just stepped out and said, hey man, I'm gonna put something together for you, try to help you out, help you grow. And I'm doing the same thing. So if you got any type of parties you're promoting, you need a website done, you're a businessman, businesswoman, entrepreneur, trying to promote and advertise, go check out Paramount Design and Production on Facebook. You can also hit their website up at www.paramountdesignandproduction.com. Very, very, very high quality work. Make sure you check them out. Support black owned businesses, because that's what we do here. Always root for everybody black. Now, with the theme of this episode, which was about mentorship, it also wanted me to tell you to practice the power of Sankofa. Sankofa. And for those of you who don't know, Sankofa is an African word from the Akan tribe in Ghana. And the literal translation of the word and the symbol is, it is not taboo to fetch what is at risk of being left behind. Each one, teach one. See y'all next week.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.